A former soldier who was wounded by an explosion in Afghanistan now has his sights set on federal parliament. Phillip Thompson, who is Queensland's 2018 Young Australian of the Year, has ramped up his race for one of Australia's most marginal seats. But his campaign hasn't been without controversy.
Phillip Thompson has just a few fuzzy memories of a bomb exploding 1 metre from him.
I remember like a big dust plume, not being able to see properly, and my medic jumping through the blast site to pull me back and to check me over, make sure that I've got all my limbs.
At just 21 years old and serving in Afghanistan, he suddenly found his future in fragments.
I'd just be walking down the street and I'd go unconscious. I had a brain injury, I had a bleed on my brain.
As Phillip's military career ended, his struggle with mental illness began.
I went through the highs and lows of post-traumatic stress disorder.
With the help of friends, he fought off his demons. And last year, he was named Queensland's Young Australian of the Year for his work to help others fight theirs too.
Lovely to meet you.
Now his sights are set on a new battle.
Mr Prime Minister.
Okay. Phillip Thompson, our candidate for Herbert, LNP candidate for Herbert.
Herbert is one of Australia's most marginal seats, claimed by Labor's Cathy O'Toole at the last election.
It will be a tough fight, I'm aware of that, but my job is to stay focused.
For Phillip, the campaign hasn't been without controversy. He recently decided to out himself over a moment in his past.
I made some comments that, I'm ashamed of and something that I'm extremely embarrassed about.
In 2012, he unleashed a tirade on social media, threatening to harm Muslims during violent protests in Sydney. "Give me an M4 and send to Sydney and I'll do the dishes," he wrote.
I believe that racism of any kind from any person is abhorrent and unacceptable.
Phillip blames post-traumatic stress disorder for the outburst. He says mental illness is a cause he wants to fight for in Parliament.
Mental illness is not just a veterans issue, defence issue.
It's a passion he shares with another Afghanistan vet.
The proportion of veterans diagnosed with post-traumatic stress is very similar to the general population.
He met Prince Harry when he competed in the Invictus Games.
Put a few beers away with the Prince and he's just a normal guy.
Phillip says he's just a normal guy too, living with his wife and baby girl in Townsville, a long way from any war zone. But his memories of that time and his mates who didn't come home have a bit to do with his plunge into politics.
They drive me to go forward. I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing every day and I'm honouring them.
Fiona Willan, 9 News.